Renee Nicole Good was a 37-year-old American citizen, mother of 3, living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She had recently moved to the area with her family and was known by those close to her as caring and devoted to her children. On January 7, 2026, she was fatally shot by a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agent during a federal immigration enforcement operation in her neighborhood. The shooting occurred on Portland Avenue between East 33rd and 34th Streets, just a few blocks from her home. Good's death came amid a large ICE operation announced by the Department of Homeland Security the previous day, described as the largest immigration enforcement action ever carried out in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. While her neighbors and family highlighted her personal life and role as a parent, this incident quickly became the center of national debate over law enforcement use of force and federal immigration policy. Federal officials from the Department of Homeland Security had deployed ICE agents and officers in Minneapolis as part of an enforcement surge beginning January 6th. According to federal statements, officers were conducting a range of immigration-related activities when they encountered resistance and community tension in residential neighborhoods. Local residents reported seeing heavy federal agent presence in the area for weeks, which created fear and unease among many in the community. Minneapolis city leaders and some residents viewed the deployment as intrusive and destabilizing, emphasizing the strain it placed on community trust. In the moments leading up to the shooting, multiple ICE officers were present on Portland Avenue. Neighbors were reportedly observing and recording the activities of federal agents following school drop-off hours, reflecting heightened community vigilance and concern about the ongoing operation. Shortly after 9:37 a.m., as federal agents stood on a residential city street, Good's maroon Honda Pilot was stopped diagonally in the roadway. Video footage from bystanders and from at least one agent's phone shows Good turning her vehicle's steering wheel to the right, away from the ICE agent who later fired. The ICE officer involved, identified through court records and media requests as Jonathan Ross, a 10-year veteran of ICE's enforcement and removal operations, drew his firearm and fired 3 shots at the driver's side of Good's SUV in rapid succession. The first shot was fired through the windshield, followed by additional shots through the driver's side window. After being struck, the SUV continued forward until it collided with a parked car and then into a light pole. Good was found unresponsive at the scene and later pronounced dead. After the shooting, onlookers and bystanders reacted with alarm and distress. Videos captured the chaotic moments as Good's partner and neighbors rushed to her vehicle. Some witnesses reported that ICE agents initially prevented bystanders from providing medical care until emergency responders arrived. Local firefighters and paramedics eventually reached the scene, where Good was found with multiple gunshot wounds, including to her chest, forearm, and head, according to official department reports. The ICE agent who fired the shots was treated at a hospital for injuries that federal officials described as internal bleeding, allegedly resulting from contact with Good's vehicle, though some video analysis and local officials questioned aspects of this characterization. The incident rapidly drew attention, and federal, state, and local authorities began overlapping investigations into the circumstances of the encounter and the use of force. The shooting of Good immediately ignited public controversy. Federal officials, including the Department of Homeland Security, released statements asserting that the ICE agent acted in self-defense in response to what they described as Good weaponizing her vehicle, a claim that was contested by many local officials and civil rights advocates who cited available video evidence showing the car turning away from officers at the moment shots were fired. Local leaders in Minneapolis strongly challenged the federal narrative, emphasizing that detailed review of the footage did not clearly support assertions that Good posed an imminent threat to the agent's safety. As investigators and the public struggled to understand what happened to Renee Nicole Good, her death did not remain an isolated moment for long. During the same period of heightened federal enforcement in Minneapolis, concerns began to surface about a broader pattern. Community members pointed to another fatal encounter involving federal agents that occurred within weeks, involving a second U.S. citizen during enforcement-related activity. While the circumstances differed, the outcome was tragically familiar. A civilian life lost, conflicting official accounts, and questions left unanswered. For many residents, this second death deepened the sense that Renee's killing was not just a singular tragedy, but part of a larger crisis unfolding in real time. Her case began to symbolize something beyond one encounter, raising fears about escalation, accountability, and the human cost of aggressive federal operations in residential neighborhoods. Her death has become a touchstone in public debate over federal use of force, accountability, and transparency. As investigations continue and legal actions move forward, The country watches closely, grappling with complex questions about how to balance enforcement with respect for human life, civil liberties, and community trust.